Hi there, Sylvia Gorenszach here, and I'm a Gel Moment independent distributor. How's everybody doing? I have this really fun design that I wanted to share with you, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So I have a lot more things planned for this channel. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to call this. Maybe like an elfish design. I saw this, it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings, or a little bit maybe fairy wings. I'm not quite sure, but I'm loving it. So we're going to do this on the middle finger here. And what I have here, I have Clearly Frisky, Meet Me at the Chapel, Raven's Kiss. I already have some of the dots here for the nail polish that we're going to need. I have the Zenith Chrome that we're going to be using a little bit later on, so I'm just going to move it out of the way. Using this dotting tool right at the end, may or may not use, we will see. And then these two brushes, I'm using the small slant brush, which is number 13, and I have the fine detail brush, which is number 15 in the creativity set. So first thing we're going to do is take a little bit of Lovey-Dovey, Meet Me at the Chapel, which you could use Lovey-Dovey as well. And we're going to create two swooping sections on the nail here. And I'm going to do 3 coats of it because I want it to be quite white. So the first thing we just do is just line our brush with it and then just create a swooping design, come down. The first coat is going to be rather light, and that is fine because we're going to build it up with a few other coats. And we're going to do the same thing on this side too, and I'm going to just swoop it into the middle, meet up into the middle. Come down here and focus on this a little bit more. Now our polish self-level, so it does look a little bit streaky, and that's completely fine too, because once we get to that third coat, it'll all come together. So I'm just filling this in, getting right to the edge of the nail as well. And we want to cap this edge. We want it to be white all the way through so that we can get this look, and we can bring our chromes right to the edge too. Okay, and I'm just going to add a little bit more. We want to keep it thin at the same time, right? So that's why we're going to do 3 coats of this. Bring this down maybe just a little bit. It doesn't have to be precise because we're going to be outlining this with Raven's Kiss at the end. Okay, that looks about good. Now just do a full 45-second cure. Okay, that first coat is cured and completely dry, so now we're just going to outline it and paint a little bit more, our second coat of Meet Me at the Chapel on here. And like I said, you could use Lovey-Dovey as well. That second coat is now dry, and let's just do 1 more coat so we get a nice white tip. That third coat is now dry. Now here is the game changer, which I just love because it's a neat trick. So there's 2 ways of doing this. We want the chrome to stick to only our design. Because this is a fresh coat of polish, if I were to put any of this chrome on, or any of our chromes on right now, this will cover the whole entire nail. So there's 2 ways of preventing this from happening. You can either use the buffing side of your file to buff the shine off your nail, or you can use our top coat called Matter Effect, which puts the matte polish on here so that you put it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds and then your whole nail will be matte. Either way works. I'm just going to be using the buffing side of this file, and the reason why we do this is because the chromes will not stick to a buffed nail or to a nail that has Matter Effect on it. So now we want to ensure that every single inch, even though it's not really an inch, every single portion of this nail does not have any shine to it at all, because we're going to be putting our design on. And then when we put the design on with whatever color you choose, I'm choosing Raven's Kiss, then the chrome will only stick to the new polish on there. So I have buffed the shine off of there. I'm just going to cleanse that with a cleanser pad to get all that dust off. All right, so now we're done with that. Now there is a little bit of shine between, and I'm just going to use the dotting tool here. There is a little bit of shine between this Tutti Cutie here and Meet Me at the Chapel, just because this polish is raised a little bit because of the 3 coats, but that's fine because that's where we're going to be putting the black anyways, so it's not going to matter much. All right, So now we're going to go on with our little design, whether it's like the leaf design or little wings, whatever you want to call it. I like the elfish look. I kind of really love the Lord of the Rings. Anyways, we're going to take our fine detail brush and put a little bit of polish on here. I'm going to have a very light touch to this on our nail, because if we were to press hard, we're going to get thicker nails. We want to have a very, very light touch. So I'm first going to outline this section right here with Raven's Kiss. Then we will do this part too. Now the reason why I chose Raven's Kiss is, now I can't talk and do fine lines at the same time. 1 second. I just want to swoop down there. Okay, the reason why I chose Raven's Kiss is because I wanted Zenith to show up quite nicely, and it really brings out the gold in it. It's going to be completely covered with the Zenith chrome, so we won't see the Raven's Kiss or the black at all. And I'm just going to do this side of the nail here too. We'll do it from this side here. Okay. And I'm going to do a little swooping line on this too. Mix that up a bit so it matches, and then split it right up the middle. Now I'm going to cure this for about 10 seconds, called a flash cure, just so that it sets. Okay, that flash cure is done. So now you'll notice that Raven's Kiss is not very dark, and that's fine because you're not really going to see it much anyways. I just wanted a little bit of the dark polish to accentuate the gold that's going to come out of the Zenith chrome. So now with this part, now we're just going to separate our two leaves, and you can do designs however you want it. You can draw your lines however you want it. I am just going to do this. Again, very light touch. And then break it apart. And I also want to get the black on the capping. And I'm going to break this apart as well. There. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, looks good, and we're going to do a full 45-second cure on that. Let us start with the chrome. Now this is the cool part. This is where I like to say the magic happens, because the only polish that's shiny on here is the Raven's Kiss, so this should technically not be sticking on anything else on my nail, right? So we just take a little bit of Zenith on our little applicator stick, and we're going to rub, and you just rub it all over the black design. Isn't that cool? And you just want to make sure you have full coverage. Get into all those little crevices, because the polish is a little bit raised because of our design, and also cap those little black capping that I've done. Get right in there. Okay, so now there is a little bit of excess shimmer, or sorry, chrome on here, but now I'm going to take this part of the applicator stick that I have, because it doesn't have that much on it, and I just want to wipe the excess away from it. Now another thing that I have done, because I want to minimize the amount of chrome that I have on there, I have a little bit of a cleanser pad here as well, and I'm just going to carefully clean this part of Tutti Cutie that I have on here, just to kind of get any extra that might be on the nail before I put Clearly Frisky on. I want it to be nice, as clean as possible. And that should be it. Okay, now we're going to take our Clearly Frisky, and I have a Clearly Frisky that I have designated with a piece of tape here that says Chrome and Shimmers, and this has been pre-rolled, and we're going to put a thin coat on there to lock that, I keep wanting to call it shimmer, lock this chrome in. We will do a full 45-second cure of that. Oh, I'm so excited for this design. I really like this. I got my inspiration from Pinterest, and I saw something similar on here, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. And this is one of the fanciest French manicure tips that I've ever done. So now I get to do this on my thumb, follow it up on this hand as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a lot of fun with me, even with my little slip-ups. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Ciao, ciao.